Hello everyone. Sorry I'm a few minutes late. A few tech things I forgot to set up there. So, yeah, let's get started. I got my canvas, pencil, have a ruler here. We have my reference picture I got from stock images and just put a few like crosshairs on it so I could transfer this over easier. Let's see, gotta figure out where halfway is. It's 11 inches, so 5.5. I'll just paint over this later. This one I measured 14, so it would be 7. Just some rough guidelines for myself. Make the drawing process a little easier. Go. Got a little cross. Yep. Oh, that's not perfectly straight. There we go. Okay, now to do the drawing part. Okay, let's see. Looks like okay, now I'm set up. The peacock here. It's a little hard to see this crossing, so I'm probably gonna just draw along there with the line. Go quick so I can see it properly. That's way too big of a line. It's much better. Let me show you real quick to show you what I have here. Just do a little pink lines across. That way I could see where the center is and just have like the drawing this split like that. So I could see that like the peacock neck starts like 2/3 the way through. And then there's the wing that overlaps with the center line. There's this wing. I think they're wings. I don't really know if peacock wings are like for flying or anything, but they could definitely jump very high. I've seen them do that. It's very impressive how high they could jump. Okay, and then this part of the body goes into the neck. And then got the head here. I think this part goes quite a bit out more. A lot of feathers. Just want a rough sketch to know where all the landmarks are. I'll cover it all up with paint later. And then the little feather things on top. Something like that. Follows that general shape. And this neck here overlaps this feather. I mean this wing here. This wing has more triangular shape. And then this line follows that line all the way down. That looks pretty good for like getting all the things in the right spot. To hold it up. Yeah. I think this part needs to be a bit narrower though, because the feathers are very long and very narrow. Now I'm looking at it. This wing here, it sticks out and really only goes like halfway the width of the body from this line to the body. So that's a bit better. they do stick out a little better and like flare out a bit, but in general shape of them has this like the feathers follow this U shape is what I'm noticing here. They get smaller and smaller. And then they like sort of spread out at the bottom. Yeah, I think this wing here at least could be a little smaller because it's the peacock here is mostly tail feathers. I don't want to make the peacock. It's very elegant bird, slender. Yeah. Oop, I already got pencil all over my hand. Oops. Okay. Yeah, I think this should do. Just gonna, yeah, I should do the eyes. Plan it out now. That way I don't have to figure it out later once I'm in the middle of paint and drawing and everything. So yeah, I'm painting this for my mom's birthday because that's coming up soon. Yeah, haven't quite gotten that much for it so far. I still have to decide what I should do for the background. Right here, it's like my reference picture is like stairs and a bush in the background. But I'm not really sure if like stairs kind of seems very man-made to me. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab the paint and a palette for all that. Okay, got water, a little plastic tray. All I need is paper towels. I think these tissues will do. Usually use paper towels, but just need to wipe off brushes. Okay. I'm thinking I'll start with the background, but I'm not really sure what I want to do for that. I'll just see. Block in a few colors. See, what colors should I use? Get my primaries out. Yeah, I'll get all of them. Mostly blue and yellow though, because it's very green and blue heavy drawing or image here. Start out with a little bit, so you don't want to go overboard with it. And waste paint. It's very hard to get it back in the tube. Not really possible. Tiny bit of yellow. And then I'll need a good amount of white. Oh, I mean red. Don't need too much red. That should be good. And white. Ooh, this is hard to open. Must have got caked on there. Okay, got it. And let's see. Actually, if I'm doing the background, I'll probably want to mix up some paint colors just to like block it all in. And then I could decide if I want to do a detailed background later. Thinking maybe a brown would be good. Because it'll complement all the greens and blues, which have like a reddish, yellowish brown. Yeah, this is like a yellowish brown. Maybe I'll add a bit of darker colors to it, just to have like the peacock be lighter. Or maybe I'll do like a gradient. Those are fun. Do like light on the top, dark on the bottom, because in my reference image I'm looking at, like the peacock's neck is much darker. Usually it's more fun to mix colors, but I think I'll just it's just for the background. I'll just use it straight from the tube. And then got a nice brush here. You know what? I'll use a thick one. Get some good coverage. Definitely gonna need a lot more paint. It's thicker than I remember. I usually border it down a bit, but then you get like transparency and have to do multiple coats, which is a little bit of a pain. Give myself a bit more room. Probably do some brown and maybe paint some rocks in, and then, or a cliff. Like if I do the stairs but like a cliff instead, that might look cool. Really should have planned this out beforehand, but you know what? I'll just go for it. Oops. This is the second time I bumped into my camera stand. I really gotta either find a better placement for it, or really just get used to it and more spatially aware. So yeah, just painting a background, trying to make it as even as possible. Not sure if you can see the top there. Let me. You know what? I should really put a piece of paper underneath this. And same mistake as I made last time, but you know what? I'll probably just paint like the border like teal and not have to worry about going over the edge. That should be sufficient. Oh, just as I say that. Mix some medium brown. Already got some on the table. Yeah, I'll make sure next time. I probably won't be able to get this all done in one session, so make sure next time I put a piece of paper underneath. I'm not like trying to wipe off the table the whole time. So this is one of the few projects I think I'll live stream. You last weekend saw the cards. If not, go check that out. Let me know if you would like me to do any more of that, since it was I enjoyed it. It was fun. Still have to get used to multitasking, talking and painting or drawing at the same time. I should try maybe some other forms of content, see if that's any easier. So I got a little gradient going. Just rough mixing. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'll do some more details later on. Just want to make sure get this covered, and so I could see the silhouette of the peacock and make sure I have it how I want it to be. Blend this part out a bit. Not the softest brush here, so I am getting a few streaks. I could just either embrace that or have to do a few more layers later. Probably do some more layers that way. Maybe by then I'll decide on what I would like to do for the background, because solid colors or gradients are nice, but I should really get more practice with doing actual backgrounds, because the peacock is standing on something here, so it would be a little weird just to have it floating around. That was a little more pink than I need to, but all good. We probably use it up. If not, there's plenty of dark areas of the peacock, like in between the feathers, that I think I'll probably mix some dark brown in. I keep doing that. Gotta hope it's not like bumping into the camera or anything. Also, notifications are. Hopefully, that's not buzzing too loudly either. So, how are you all doing? I had a class all day today, so found the first week, or I guess not a week since it started yesterday, but just checking out a few art classes. Haven't figured out which classes I really need to take, so I still have to do that. But yeah, a lot of fun art classes that I'm planning. Hopefully they'll work out. And if you're wondering what that sound is, there's like these like springs on my camera stand, and I keep like brushing up against them, and they make a strange sound. Kind of like, like the back of a door where they have that little door stop that like will bounce back and forth. Except for this one doesn't really move. It's just like still makes a strange sound. Add a little bit of water here just to make it flow better. Learned anything from the Bob Ross videos I watch is little crisscrosses, and they do actually work really well for blending. Not so well for trying to get a precise silhouette here, so just trying to go along the edge. Quite a chunky brush, so not worried about getting it too precise. I'll fix it up later. That's the nice thing about acrylics rather than like watercolor. that it could layer and go on top. Don't have to get it exactly right, especially for the background. It's already starting to dry there. Overall, it's looking pretty good so far. For a background. Haven't really done much else so far, so we'll see how it goes. So why I chose to paint a peacock today is every year for my mom's birthday I'll paint a different bird. Like last year I painted a California jay. I think they're also called blue jays, but they don't look like the East Coast blue jays. They're like a more purpley blue and have a different feather patterning. Yep. And so every year I started off with a robin, I believe. And that was like, I don't know, 6 years ago. So every year since, I've just for my mom's birthday painted a different bird. It's kind of the only like improvement. It's like, I know it's not drawing the same thing, but like thing that I've done repeatedly. I guess just having like like my mom's not holding me accountable, but still, it's more accountability than I have for any other like redraw or improvement thing. But if there's any pieces you would like me to on my Instagram that you would like me to try to redraw, I think that would be a fun thing for me to do. I just can never decide which one. I'll have to maybe get all the different drawings of or paintings. It's a combination of both drawings and paintings that I have here. I have to see if I could collect them all, maybe put them all together so I could see the improvement too. I just did not think to do this first, but I'm gonna turn off the auto battery saver thing on my laptop since my reference thing keeps turning off. It's annoying me now. Okay, yes, when plugged in, turned off after, you know what, let's make that an hour. That's much better. Okay, got some more brushes here. Probably use these ones. Yeah, slanted, so I not the type I usually will go with, but it'll be good for blocking colors. Let's see. Start mixing up some paints. Some nice green. This part down here should be a little more dry, so I will start with that. It's more of like a yellowish green in the middle and a darker like bluer green on the outside, so I think I will probably start on the outside since it'll be easier to warm up the green later. Use the same one. Now realizing I probably should have put some brown paint here. Again. Maybe I should just really move the stand. Yeah, too much water on my brush. I forgot to dry it and just flicking paint all over myself. There we go. A little better. It's typically slightly easier to blend when it's a little wetter. It's better flow, but this like flows better. But it also is like, especially with stiffer brushes, it just gets really transparent and streaky. So yeah, then the background's sort of. If I want to add a landscape there, I can do that. Otherwise, I think it's pretty good for now. For just leaving it as is. I want this to be a little darker. I don't know if adding brown would make it too muted. What I would really like is a darker blue. Actually, the brown worked. So I think it's okay. Not as bright as I would like it to be, so maybe I'll start with the ones in here. Let's see, do I have a darker blue somewhere around here? Huh, it's a little bit more of a warmer blue from what I could tell from the outside, but it might work. It is much darker. You can see. Got the make sure the palette's in frame. That part's kind of almost just as fun as the painting sometimes. You know what, I'm gonna need a lot more of this. It's annoying sometimes I don't mix enough. And I really should be using like a palette knife or something for this, because you get all the paint stuck in the thing there. It's hard to wash, but these are very old brushes, so I'm not too worried. Nice green here, but it's not really a peacock. Maybe for like the inside part, but yeah. Not really peacock. Might be fun to. No, I said I was painting this realistically, but it might be fun to do it more abstract for the feathers, because that's a lot of details to do with all the eye-shaped patterns. This is a stage where it just really does not look like anything yet. That is a nice thing with landscapes, or like things where you can more quickly see what it's gonna be. Yeah. One of the classes I might be taking this semester is a painting class, so that should be fun. Get to learn a few more things. Hopefully, I don't think I'll be able to skip this step where things look kind of bad, but maybe I'll just be able to know how to get through it quicker. It's always sometimes a struggle to get like from the get past that part where everything's not looking quite right. But I think right now it's a little more than a little quite right. It's a lot that's not quite working. That's okay. We'll get there. Oh, while that's drying, see if I need to do any blending while it's still wet, but after it dries, I'll probably go for the neck, because that seems a little bit more simpler. Grab a thinner brush for that part. Okay. It's a slightly more peacocky blue, I think. Yeah. Bluish green. What I find hard about like painting on canvas is you get this like canvas texture. Usually I'll like paint it all one thing so I don't have like these little white flecks everywhere. So I might just go in and make this a solid color and add everything back in, all the details and light parts in later. Because otherwise it's hard to get all these little specks out. I don't know if other artists like they just put it on really thick or thin it down and do multiple layers, but still haven't figured out exactly how the stream, like what are those numbers over there? It's like, I don't know if I should be asking questions to chat if if there's no one there, but I don't mind. It's not right now. Just painting away. Yeah, the peacock feathers like have these layers, so I have to figure out. Maybe I'll just dab the layers on later. I think that might be the easiest way to do it, rather than trying to paint all the colors in the certain areas. I will probably have to either eyeball it or draw on the guidelines again. I don't know. I might lose my sketch a little bit, is all I'm saying. A little more water, yeah. That smooths it out quite a bit more. Especially if it's for like a base coat. Makes it a lot easier just to get in all those little cracks. Makes a nice sound. The canvas. That is the nice thing about doing it on canvas rather than paper. Okay, yeah. It has like these like blue, more blue stripes on the sides here, like just where the feathers fold and layer up. So I'll paint it with, yeah, green first. Probably brown might be an interesting idea too. And then do the green on top, because that way it'll be like layered how the feathers are. Also accidentally mixing it with the background color is not all the way dry yet. Here goes the water heater. Should really either like try to figure out a quieter spot. Maybe I'll stick to doing streams at my mom's house. Right now, I'm at my dad's house. Mom's busy, so I do have, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just my mom and her boyfriend are more talkative, but seem to have more free time here. But I don't know. That could just be thinking of things. Still not looking like a peacock, but at least in the right color range, hopefully. And the top part here gets a little bit more blue as it transitions into the peacock's neck. Don't know what I'm gonna do yet for these little wing bits. They're kind of like a stripy white and black here. Should be plenty for that area. Yeah, I'll have to add some lighter color in the middle there for where the light's hitting it. So there's, yeah, right around there. And then there's just a lot of detail for these feathers. Maybe I should have chose a simpler bird. I'll just have to keep working at it. Let's see, how much time has gone by? No, you're not going to try to do it all in one sitting. Yeah. I started a little late, so I'll give myself a little more than an hour. I also still have quite a bit of paint on my palette that I should at least try to mix up and get on the canvas at least. Even if it's not like a stage where it looks like a peacock yet. Maybe I should have used a smaller brush. This is already larger than the neck here. Might just go back in the background and do another coat to clean up the edges. We'll add a little white, yeah. Oh, that'll brighten it up. Right now it's just looking like a very dark color. I don't know if it's because I'm accidentally keep touching the brown or whatnot. But yeah, that's a little brighter. And then I think for acrylics you're supposed to go dark to light, so I'm used to watercolor where it's the opposite. Oops. I could probably just switch brushes now. It's getting a little wide. I'll just, while I have paint on the brush, I'm going dark to light. I could go into this dark brown color and fill in these wings. I don't know, they said in both of the art classes not to water down your paint at all. So I'm gonna see how that goes. Be a little challenging. At least for me, because I prefer smoother, easier to move paint. But I guess maybe just I haven't learned the technique since I mostly learned watercolor when I was younger. So that's just what I'm more used to. Yeah, I think it'll be a good idea to do this in multiple sittings. That way I can let it dry, get some fresh eyes. Because right now, not quite there yet. Let's see, is this brush better? Or maybe, yeah, a little smaller brush maybe. Yeah, darker blues now. Just trying at this stage, hopefully. Just get the values right and hope if the colors are slightly off that it'll be okay. Yeah, smaller brush is definitely easier. Getting the shadows now. There's another deep shadow under the chin. You could say a peacock. Yeah, a peacock has a chin. A little too dark there. And a bit of lighter. Goes like in this strange shape for some reason. And the eye bit is very dark. And like this dark blue around the eye. And then this part here. And then it gets lighter at the top where the light reflects off of it. And then the middle part's white. It's like a, I think I have a pink hue there. Wouldn't have thought a peacock would have that. But I haven't really looked at peacocks up close like this that much before. Okay, and then a little bit of light bluish, a little light teal on top of the peacock's head. And I'll probably do all the white bits on a later date because I don't want that to smudge in with all the other colors. There. Still quite a bit, a little rough, a little rough around the edges right now. Do have to say that. No questions there, but hopefully I have quite a few days before my mom's birthday, and I will be able to get this going a little bit better, hopefully. And some deeper colors around there. Where else? Right under there. Deep colors as well. Yeah. And now, let's see. I'm probably going with some brown. Make a different brown than the background. That'll be. Grab some green. I haven't painted with thick acrylics in a long time. It's been a while. I have been using all like the cheap craft store stuff that they have at school. It's really quite a different experience. So I'm not used to the consistency anymore. Okay, adding yellow to that was not the right idea. Way lighter. It's a nice brown, but not quite what I'm looking for. I'm gonna add a little blue. See, that will darken it. It's not my usual colors that I would choose for painting. Usually you have like a combination of like the warm and cool reds and blues. Working with a limited color scheme here. A little color palette at least. Is not having the full range of colors since this like straight added the two blue here is quite a bit lighter than I'd consider a primary. Yeah, that's more of a color I was looking for. I think I was there a few seconds or minutes ago, but there you go. I got it again. Still not quite as dark as I think the picture is. Do I have black? Usually try to stay away from black, but at this point, just because these colors are not quite as pigmented, because I think these were on the cheaper side of paints, which is still like quite expensive, but paint does add up quickly. A little darker now. just adding dark bits, and I'll layer the the lighter colors on top of it, and hopefully I'll make it have that layered effect. It's stroking upwards, so I'm noticing the streaks. But just getting the canvas texture. If this was like this nice smooth paper, I feel like I would get the brush strokes instead, which would look a lot more like feathers than what I'm getting here. Maybe canvas was not the best choice medium for this project since I have not as much experience with it when it comes to painting subjects that are like done it with landscapes, and they for the most part turned out pretty well, but they don't require the same level of detail up close that a Peacock's has here. I just have fun with the layers. We'll see how it goes. I feel like I keep saying that, but right now I'm at that stage where it just really does not look like anything. I mean, like, from really far away, maybe someone will say this looks like a peacock, but like, just struggling to get that like peacock blue. I might just have to find some different paints or mix up some different colors, because I have like a warm blue and then a not very pigmented like greenish blue, but not like that peacock blue. Okay, just keep going up with these like stripy layers here. That's what I'm noticing right now on here, and then these also in between have the darker color. More of it on the black side there, not quite as warm as a brown, but I think that works. Oh, right there. This pattern of feathers is what I'm trying to figure out. They're not quite like staggered. This kind of seems like chaos right now. I'm losing track of which ones I painted already. Maybe this is something I should have drawn out first rather than just eyeballing it now, but because it would be definitely noticeable if I forgot which feather I painted already, I feel like. You know what? This doesn't work out. I'll try again with watercolor. I will see if this works better with a medium that I have used a bit more. Or maybe just do an acrylic landscape since that is something I could do as well. Or at least I've tried it before, so doing it successfully is a little debatable, but I've been proud of the other works. Mostly on my Instagram. I haven't done it in a while, so maybe I'll warm up, follow a Bob Ross tutorial or something. It's always fun. And that way I'm not really like talking to myself as much. It'll be like I'll be able to talk to Bob Ross, you know. In terms of like other painting people, I feel like online at least, the ones on YouTube that I've watched, it's mostly digital. I'll have to look up a few or um see if I could find the ones I used to watch. I don't remember right now off the top of my head. There's one painter that I did see in a like an art book. It was Winslow Homer, so maybe I'll try to do like a master study of one of those. So I really like that style. It's like quite representative, but also has they look like paintings. They don't look like so overly rendered that they become like photo realistic, but Yeah, just like I don't know how to describe them. You have to just look them up yourself. I don't know what exactly I like about them, so I'll have to take a closer look. But they just catch my eye for some reason. Because where I first found them was like a school was giving away because they were digitizing their archives, so they had all these like prints on a poster board they were giving away, and I took a look through them during my free time and grabbed a few. So that's where I first saw it. I still have all these little white specks. Don't know how artists deal with them. Acrylic artists, at least, that work with canvas. They annoy me so much. These little white specks. I usually just water down my paint, but then you get in these like streaky bits. So I try to avoid it for this part, but not quite working out. Just gotta keep at it. Maybe I'm getting a little too tired. It is quite late right now. Yeah, I think it's starting to look a bit like layers. But I did have in my sketch these like layers were quite a bit more like U-shaped than I have now. So I did lose that part a bit, but I'll have to see if I could, especially up here. They're like quite a bit more U-shaped than I have. And they kind of go to on the left side more than. Don't know what I was doing over here. Mostly actually quite a bit lighter, I think. Yeah. Maybe I'm just lighten it a bit and make paint a little more translucent just to blend. This whole area is a little bit darker. And then this whole area is quite a bit darker. Maybe just quickly blocking in these shapes to make it a little bit more three-dimensional. I'll have to work on that peacock, but that's still bugging me. It's not really peacock. I'm just so much duller. Don't think I've really had an issue with the colors not popping before. I wonder if it's one of my blues or the wrong yellow is just making it a little muddy. Also, maybe stand up a bit because right now I'm looking at it at an angle where like the light is reflecting on it. Now I notice that it's not quite in camera. Sorry about that. It's probably painting down here and you didn't even see it. Which color should I go in with next? I feel like maybe I don't know. Darken this side a bit and then work my way back to the lighter colors on top. Why did I think this would be easy? Let's see. Probably don't really have room for it on my palette, so that's a little bit of a mistake I had here. It's gonna mix up a lighter green and do the top feather bits. But maybe while I have mostly white left over. I have like smudges of all the other colors, but mostly white. I'll do the wings. Let's see, is this almost dry? Not really. Probably put too much water on that. How are they supposed to do this? But hopefully they'll make it dry a little quicker. That was a bad idea. I got paint over there. I'll have to do touch up for the background. Let's see. To the little fluffy bit I see down here. Yeah, the little fluffy feathers. Oh, and a little fluffy few feathers down here. And then the rest is kind of just a like scallop, like turkey feather almost. One thing I ever really look closely at peacocks wings area. Do I do this way or do I do it like this way? I think it's so small. I need to go like here. Oh yeah, light on dark works so much better. I don't know why I tried to do it the other way at first. Actually, these lines, noticing now, they curve this way, not like this way that I was painting. Let's see if I can fix that. Very, very small. I have to get my smaller brushes out later. Or maybe another day, because I don't know where they are right now. I think they're at my mom's house. So, there are quite a few movies on my watch list that I would like to get to. Maybe I should do I'm using acrylic paint right now. Don't know when you posted that question, so sorry if this is quite a bit later. I haven't think I've used like oil paint 3 times before, so I don't know if I actually own any oil paint. So I'm excited for class, and I'll get to buy some oil paints and do that. I only did it at this one art class that I had that was like after school program. And I did it, yeah, I think it was only, actually, no, yeah, it was only 3 times. So I don't have a lot of experience with oil paint. You have to tell me some of your tricks if you have any. From my experience, I remember it takes a very long time to dry, and so like it mixes quite a while after. If you want to see it, this is the reference I'm working off of right now. So I think showed at the very beginning, but I keep talking about it and it's not actually in frame. Maybe next stream I'll be able to rearrange everything so it's actually a little better. You could actually see everything. The plug in my laptop. Yeah, let me go do that real quick. Uh-huh. Okay. Problem solved there. It's plugged in. So, have you watched My Father's Dragon, the new cartoon saloon movie? It's been on my need to watch list for a while now. I have accidentally seen pictures on Instagram though, and it looks really cool. Also watched the trailer. I know you're not into trailers, but I have watched it. I couldn't resist. But hopefully I should have a bit more time now to watch it. I just need to just get my laptop and plug it into the TV, which is kind of a pain, but I'm sure it'll be worth it. Yes. You have any opinions on it, or should I watch it first? I probably. There's a bunch of other also on that I would like to watch. There's a bunch of Studio Ghibli. Is it Ghibli or Ghibli? Can't remember now. But those movies, and there was someone who was talking about it yesterday, and I just like I really need to watch that one. I only watched Spirited Away, unfortunately. I have to figure out where to watch them though. I might just like cave in and buy them or rent them from, I guess, like wherever sells them. Probably YouTube. They have a lot, almost everything. If that is for like renting. The thing about like with the trailer, I don't know if it's also for My Father's Dragon is also like hand drawn, but it definitely didn't look as hand drawn as Wolfwalkers did. If I'm not sure if it was or not. Definitely tell this is a lower quality paint. Not quite as pigmented here. Not really covering this white, but I don't know. I guess not sure if I could expect the white to cover the blue all the way. Yeah, I'm definitely have to either sketch this out again or do something because I definitely lost the sketch here. The head definitely looks different than what I have here. Let's see if I could chisel away at that silhouette of it a bit more. Don't have the color here. That's the issue. Maybe I'll mix up the blue, the black, and see if that helps. I don't know if your score of the film would count as a. I mean, like, it would change my expectations of it, but I don't think it would count as a spoiler. Like, I don't mind. You already say, like, the trailer is too much of a spoiler for you, so my, like, definition of spoiler is probably not that as, like, serious as yours. That good as in, like, you thought it was good, or is your score, like, number? Are you replying to? Oh, here it goes. Okay. Anticipation. Should I do a drum roll or something? Don't remember what I put the latency as. I think that's like how much lag is in between my talking and the chat. So hopefully normal latency. 5 out of 10. The animation keeps it from getting a lower score. So I guess that means the animation is good, but that I'm assuming that means that the story isn't quite as much. I mean, like, some points you like expect the story to be not as like complex for a children's movie, but at the same time Pixar is able to make like really good stories, and they're still children are still able to understand it and follow along really well. Do you have any other movies that you've watched recently, or just since the last time we've talked about movies? I still haven't figured out. I can't remember if I did this or not. I remember we were ranking Pixar movies. I don't remember if I ever like completed my ranking of what I decided on. The Prince of Egypt. Huh. I don't think I watched that one. Do you recommend it? I haven't actually watched that many movies besides Klaus that I can think of. Uh, College is mostly rom-coms, which are not really my style of movie that I would usually gravitate towards. Okay, I'll definitely have to watch it then. It's the wait, I guess does Wolfwalkers count if it's Ireland? Is that Western? I don't really know my geography that well. Because I really liked Wolfwalkers, but I could also tell where like they took some shortcuts, but like I think that the shortcuts still worked. And the backgrounds and stuff definitely they were very stylized in a way that I think made certain things less technical, but I I do like the stylization. That should hopefully fix it. From lost connection to the internet. Forgot I had that turn on. Like, I forgot I had that to turn off automatically after a little while. But I'll probably wrap up in a little bit to see what else I could do that I want it to be like dry for next time. Could do a bit of the background maybe? Just like, just find where the steps are a little bit. Forgot where I put the halfway line. Yeah, it's like, probably just measure it again. 7 inches up is right around there. That's the top step. Then we got this side of it. The next step here, staircases. Don't know why I decided to do one. Maybe I'll like make it a bit more of like an organic shape and do like a cliff. That might be a little more fitting. 'Cause right now, very much looks like a pet peacock, which is not exactly the look I'm going for. Wild peacock would be ideal. Do you have any projects you're working on? I'm currently, I guess, no, I guess I do have an active project. I was making a poster, like, design, as well as sticker designs, but, those, I have videos coming out for that soon, like, just speed paints or time lapses of those, so, in terms of videos, it's nothing fancy, but they're fun to draw. I think I'll do quite a few more sticker designs. So I have bought a printer and some sticker paper, so I'm gonna experiment with that whenever I have the time and once it arrives in the mail. So, do you have any sticker requests? Animating, the usual? Nice. Yeah, animating, I feel like I you get like 30 seconds of animation and it's taken me like 6 months. Sure, it's like not always, sometimes, I mean, like sometimes in the back burner, but it's a grind. Quite the grind. I think my paint's drying out on me, so I'll probably end in a bit. If there's anything else you want to talk about before then, bring that topic up now. Did want to ask you if you'd ever consider live streaming, since it's something I wouldn't have thought of maybe like a year ago, but it's more fun than I realized. do have to help my brother with his math homework. I think in terms of progress, though, this is not bad for the colors I have. I'll have to see if I could dig through and find some better Peacock colors, but besides that, all these little white specks are still bugging me. I'll have to fill those in. Should really look up. I've looked up a reference. I mean, like, that's probably a good thing. If you don't. It's like the hardest part for me is just the continuing talking. I feel like you would be a lot better at it than I would. It's more entertaining for, like, the viewers. Because if you look at, like, the professionals, they don't have, like, long gaps of silence like I do. Maybe if I had, like, I don't know, just one-way conversations are, like, I mean, I guess it's two-way with chat, but with the chat feature, but still, not my forte. Yeah, I should really look up the reference before I, like, and decide if I'm doing rocks or cliffs for these. I'm just gonna stop here. um, any last thoughts before I close up? Wash out my brushes. Put these ones away. Otherwise, I think. Oh, I can tell it's still. Oh, that delay is quite a bit now that I'm actually watching it. I should really turn it on lower. Hello. I Oh, thanks. I am actually about to end in a few minutes, so nice seeing you though. Irish sharp cheddar. I feel like I should know this, but I'm not really sure what you're talking about right now. I wonder if this has to do with any of those Irish pubs in Argentina or wherever it was. That seemed very random to me too. Okay, what else? I think it's just cleaning up at this point, so I will probably sign off then. It was nice chatting with you, and I'll probably try to do another stream to finish the details of the feathers, and I'll have to dig around my box for a few more brighter peacock blue colors, but otherwise, yeah, see you later.